Live from the Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. This is the YouTube channel vlog show in which video games, flash game show gameplays, along with sports and wrestling news are the norm. This is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here's the host of the show, the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Well, hello there. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode 179 of the show. It's a Thanksgiving Eve edition of AEW Dynamite. Also the fallout from Full Gear. And you're talking about some serious fall gear fallout. William Regal led it kicked off AEW Dynamite, addressing the Chicago crowd about his allegiance to MJF. But he says you're not gonna hear any of it because next week MJF will explain everything. But John Moxley interrupts William Regal, demands an explanation from him, but Bryan Danielson stops Moxley and tries to calm him down. And then when Moxley still was persistent on trying to go after him, Danielson slaps Moxley across the face, tries to reason with him. And then Moxley ends up telling William Regal, run away and never come back. But then he tells him to go walk. So like what Simba would say to Scar, or Scar would say that to Simba. Either way, it was not good. And then Renee Paquette interviews Keith Lee. And Keith Lee is about to say something, and Swerve Strickland came into the picture. He says, we'll explain everything, but not with the camera here. So, first matchup of the night. It was an All-Atlantic Championship on the line as Orange Cassidy defending against Jake Hager of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Heck of a matchup. Orange Cassidy did retain the title. And then as best friends and Rocky Romero were celebrating with Orange Cassidy, QT Marshall, or as I like to call him, QT Fire Marshal Bill. And the rest of the factory interrupted the whole proceedings, and then they were surrounding the rings, but the lights went out. But there was a red light hovering over the ring entrance ramp, and there was Julia Hart. And then, out of nowhere, the House of Black attacked the best friends and Orange Cassidy. And then they decided, let's go after the factory. The House of Black went after the factory as well. Some random wrestlers and some security came out to try to stop them. House of Black just cleaned house. What does this mean? What does this mean for AEW? I mean, you're talking about Thanksgiving Eve house cleaning. You know what? If your relatives ain't coming over now, I'll tell you one thing right now. The House of Black's got you covered. So, all the riffraff. But then Ethan Page and Stokely Hathaway came to the ring to prepare for the final tournament round for the World Title Eliminator. Winner of that match between Ethan Page and Ricky Starks goes after MJF, the champ, at Winter is Coming in December 14th. But Stokely Hathaway introduces Ethan Page, and then Page addresses the Chicago crowd saying he'll beat Starks. Ricky Starks come out, and then both men fought in the tournament. And in the end, it was a heck of a tournament. Despite Ricky Starks being all the way injured, not at 100%, Ricky Starks ends up beating Ethan Page and will be facing Maxwell Jacob Friedman for the AEW World Heavyweight title at Winter is Coming. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, to say the least. It'll be a very interesting matchup. But then Wardlow addresses losing the TNT title to Samoa Joe at Full Gear. Wardlow was upset about that. He says, it's my title, but it's Wardlow's world. And it seems like Wardlow's going to have to get his title back. And then there's an incident between Jay Cargill and Bow Wow recorded, according to TMZ. Jay Cargill and the baddies tried to get at Bow Wow, but Bow Wow had security chase him away. And so Renee Paquette interviewed the baddies and Jay Cargill about this. Jay Cargill says she has no comment. And then Mark Sterling came in and said, this is what's going on. But then He says, let's go celebrate, and tells Red Velvet and Layla Gray to go with her, but Kiera Hogan was left behind. She says, no, you're not, Mark. And then Mark Sterling had Kiera Hogan sign a document, the fact that she's been fired from the baddie section. I think Kiera Hogan will have an axe to grind with Miss Cargill. I'm hoping that would be the case. Hopefully there's a feud between Cargill and Kiera Hogan. And then there's a trios matchup, best 7. And remember, whoever wins the best of 7 becomes trios champions, as Death Triangle, that is Penta El Zero Miedo, Rey Fenix and Pac versus the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And since the match in Chicago, they had a not so good welcome, if you know what I mean. If you followed what's been going on in AEW this year, especially earlier in the summer, you will know. But in the end, thanks to the hammer once again, but Penta El Zero Miedo used, the Death Triangle are up two matches to nothing on the Elite in this best of 7 series. Renee Paquette came out, and Renee Paquette, even Renee Young used to be from the WWE, now she works for AEW, has made an announcement that AEW management asked Thunder Rosa to relinquish the title. Thunder Rosa agreed. She didn't know the extent of the injuries. So she says she's not only doing this for the benefit of the company, doing it for the better benefit of the women's division. So, therefore, Jamie Hayter is officially the AEW Women's World Champion. No interim bout. And that reign by Toni Storm. Toni Storm also, her reign is also legit. That's right. So Toni Storm will be counted as an AEW Women's World Champion, and now so will Jamie Hayter. So I'm sure Toni Storm will probably address this Friday on AEW Rampage Black Friday. And so there's that. And Jamie Hayter was announced as the official champion. Renee Paquette went to go interview her, but Britt Baker, with her big, huge, humongous freaking ego, decided, well, I'm going to talk with Jamie Hayter and all that. If I were Jamie Hayter, you knew something was suspicious. So I'm getting suspicious that Britt Baker's going to stab Jamie Hayter in the back, and Rebel will have a decision to make of who she's going to side with one of these days. So they had a 3-way tag team matchup. Sky Blue and Will Nightingale to face Tay Mello and Anna Jay of the Jericho Appreciation Society, and Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. It was a heck of a 3-way dance, but Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter ended up winning that 3-way ladies tag team matchup. And then Renee Paquette was interviewing Top Flight and FTR, and Top Flight and FTR, well, they said they really pressed each other and showed them a lot of respect, and so Top Flight has challenged FTR this Friday for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. They accepted the challenge, and then they did Top Flight out, and say that's our thing and all that. And they're trying to get into the heads of FTR. It's gonna be a heck of a matchup. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn, doing their thing. Max Caster did his raps, which is so freaking cool. I think some of his raps are a little bit better than John Cena's, but then I want to see John Cena and Platinum Max Caster in a battle rap. And this, that would be something, If the forbidden door is open to AEW from the WWE, I say WrestleMania, Max Caster, John Cena battle rap. Scissor me, daddy ass. And speaking of which, Billy Gunn's fingers to find them now. Everybody can say, scissor me, daddy ass. And all that good stuff. A little fun. But then they mentioned Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. And so as they were talking, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh, and Jeff Jarrett, they just basically said, keep our names out of your mouths. So they say, you're not got slapped like Jeff Jarrett and Sanjay Dutt. And so there's that. Now the Ring of Honor World Championship on the line. Chris Jericho to defend against Tomohiro Ishii. And Ishii did not back down from his fight, but Jericho finally did beat him to retain his title. As he was celebrating, and he had a lot of blood on his chest and all that, he went to go after Ian Riccoboni, but Claudio Castagnoli turned him around and slapped him across the face. So guess what? He says, you're not going after Ian Riccoboni. I want your title. So Um, so that is all the time we have on the show. Episode 179 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Well, coming up, it will be coming up episode 180. Like I said, press your luck tomorrow. I'm going to try to get up early to get that done, and then hopefully give you a special surprise game. It's a Nintendo Switch game. I have not played it in a while. Ever since I moved up here to the new room, it's going to be exciting. I hope you two guys tune in to watch. So I'll see. And if you're not, I understand. Thanksgiving, you want to spend time with your families, but regardless, what happens, okay? At least I have it off tomorrow, so I'll get a chance, an opportunity to do a lot of things, okay? So that's all the time we have on the show. Hope you enjoyed this video, and check out my channel if you can. Tell your friends, tell your family and friends about my channel. Hey, this guy loves doing his videos. He's positive, and he has a lot of fun. That's what we're gonna do. That's what he does. Please watch his video. So until then, until the next episode, episode 180, Mr. Announcer, please take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, tour for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Buffer Raving Dingleberry Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode of the show. See you on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now, and have a very blessed day.